Think-a-Tate on Theater Thursday, 24 of 52. Today we shine a light on the importance of resiliency, even when adversity is just thrown at you. And we're going to use Miss Kris Jenner to emphasize and shine a light on, okay? So in 2007, her daughter had kind of a controversial mishap, if you will, that came out. And honestly, I've never seen the video. However, you know, I'm 100% sure there's a component of shame that went with it, a component of complete exposure, component of what am I going to do next, component of how did I get myself in this situation? So many things that can go in your child or your heart, you know, over and over again. And you kind of sort of feel like that amygdala taking over, that little bit of a doof feeling. Either you feel a little bit dumb or ugly or unlovable or even a failure, you know, like something happened to really rattle that instinct. But then at that time, I'm 100% sure that, you know, Kris and Kim might have had a conversation when it was the right time, at the right moment, and they created a strategy. Once the strategy kind of underway itself, I think they pretty much controlled their narrative. You know, after a little while, it was very fascinating. Kris Kardashian approached Mr. Ryan Seacrest in 2007 about turning her daughters and her family into a reality TV show as social influencers, you know, and let's just see what could have happened if, you know, that video came out and she stayed in that perpetual loop of that doof loop or a failure mindset. You know, you can stay in that. Okay, so I want to share some statistics. I didn't get all the information for 2007, but I tried my best to get as much research done for what I can. And then for 2022, I'm going to compare the 2 years and their net worth. I do not want you to define your worth with your net worth. But for today, we're going to, just to make this very important, resiliency through adversity point. We're going to drive it home. Okay. So in 2007, and I will post this, 2007, I don't know Kris Kardashian's information, but in 2022, her net worth is $130 million. Okay. Ray J, I don't know his for 2007, but he's at $14 million as of 2022. Okay. Kim Kardashian, don't know her 2007 one, but she's at $108 billion. Kourtney Kardashian, hers for some reason was available at 1.4 in 2007, and I'll post some of hers, and every year she made more and more to the point where now she's at 65 million. Khloe Kardashian is at 130 million. Then we have Kylie Kardashian, one of their youngest Jenners, who's at 1.5 billion. And then Kendall at 74 million in 2022. Rob is at 25 million. But my point here is, I know I'm going to bring it close. So atypical of me. But what I want you to see is this box, okay? 14 million net worth to 1.8 billion, Miss Kim Kardashian. If she stayed in that shame loop where she does not always belong, you know, I'm sure mistakes were made, you know, but she came through, and every single person in her family's value went up. Okay. So there's something Miss Jenner is doing correctly, you know, and what I love about her is she lets her children be themselves and let her grandchildren be themselves, is completely authentic for what they are. Didn't care what other people were going to think about her and her family, and just charge through, push her head through and charge through. And, you know, she's just around when our kids stumble. Just be patient and strong enough for them to be pulled up and back into whatever adversity they need to come across. Now, I understand that 2007 controversy was a pretty intense obstacle to get through, but note how they get through it together. And yes, they fight and they bicker and they complain, but at the end of the day, they're all millionaires, and some of them are billionaires. So there's something to be said to that. And, you know, hats off to you, because Miss Jenner you're teaching young moms and young, like, women, the importance of using any and every mistake that happens within you and to you into something for you. And I actually just found a statistic that I believe Kim still gets paid $370,000 a year for that mistake. So I think that's crazy. But at the end of the day, adversity comes at you however it does, and it's 90% of what you do with it and only 10% of what happens to you. Okay? So shout out Kris Jenner.